Have you ever faced things that were just out of your control? Maybe one day when you were driving to work, your tire blows out. Or maybe you were let go from your job. What if as you were growing up, your parents got a divorce? Or what if you were like me? At the beginning of this year, I was diagnosed with lung cancer. See, life circumstances happen that are just out of our control. Sometimes they happen at random. Sometimes they come in threes, if you know what I mean. But if you face these things, it's bigger than what you can possibly ever imagine yourself going through. You don't want to go through these things. And you can't stop it, you can't prevent it, you can't control it. So what are some things you can control, especially when all of these things are happening? What can you do about it? Well, I have 5 things that you can control that will help you in your day-to-day life when things all of a sudden happen that are bigger than you. So let's dive in. And you won't believe number 3. Number 1, your thoughts and your reactions. We can't control the negative thoughts that come to our brain. We can't. When something bad happens, man, we are ready to just cuss it out, especially when you're driving and you're behind someone who is extremely slow and all of a sudden your tire blows out. Like, oh my gosh, you want to cuss up a storm. The negative thoughts start rolling. Oh, I'm going to be late. I'm going to lose my job. Oh, just something else just keeps on happening to me. Well, you are able to control your thoughts and your reactions. You might not control when the negative thoughts come, but you can control to take them captive and you be like, you know what, this is negative. Throw it out. Not going to focus on that. What I am going to do is, you know what, maybe God has protected me from a bigger wreck up the road here. And he getting a flat tire or something like that happens. And your reaction, you know what, instead of blowing up in anger like I do, believe me, I do. I am very angry sometimes, especially when I'm driving. I'm a very angry driver. Yes, that's one of my pitfalls. But that's okay. We're learning, we're growing, and we're in recovery. But anyways, so you can control your reactions. You can be like, you know what? Yes, it happened. But I'm not going to panic and lose my mind and go crazy. I'm going to take a deep breath. It's happening. I can't control it. But what can I do to make it better? Number 2, your actions and your efforts. You decide how much effort you put into something. If you're like me and you struggle with depression, check out this video, Surviving Depression. Sometimes we don't, when it comes to when we're struggling with depression, we don't feel like doing anything. We are paralyzed by it. But you know what? You do have the ability to say, you know what? Even though I'm struggling with this and I'm feeling this way, I'm choosing to get up, put some action into it, and say, you know what? Yes, it's out of my control. But here's what I can do to make it better. Here's what I can do to change it around. I may not control or manipulate how it's happening to me, but here's what I can do to try to get through it. And your effort to put in, you gotta be intentional with your actions. You've gotta go through it intentionally. You might not control how it's happening to you, when it's happening, but you can choose to decide what you do and the efforts you put into it. And that leaves us to number 3, your attitude and your perspective. You have the power to change your perspective on this situation, whatever you're going through. And you know what? Instead of choosing to look at 10 negative things about what you're facing, make 10 things that you are grateful for. Now that is powerful, and that was hard for me. Especially when growing up, I went homeless a few times. The first time was out of my control. It was the beginning of my senior year of high school. I went homeless, ran from God, couldn't control that situation. But I didn't react in a positive way. I reacted out of anger, which is natural. It's natural to be angry. It's natural to want to explode because you can't control it, especially when you've never faced things like this before. So I want to encourage you, if you've not responded in the right way, that's okay. That was natural. But you can choose to get better. You can get better. You can grow it and mature over time and be like, you know what? I didn't respond the right way the first time, but I'm going to respond the right way this time. But you got to be grateful. You got to look at things you're grateful for. You're alive. You're breathing. You got people that you probably don't realize that love you. You've got purpose. You matter. You have clothes on your back. You're able to eat food. You're healthy. Things that you can write down that you're grateful for and change your perspective. Your attitude is very key, and that's the most important to me. Number 3, your attitude and your perspective. Yes, it's bad that's happening. Yes, it's horrible. It's out of your control. And it's okay to feel depressed. It's okay to feel horrible. It's okay to not be okay. But eventually you have to get over that rock. You have to get over that hump and change your perspective. I can't control what's happening to me, but I can choose to look at it differently. Number 4, your boundaries and your self-care. You've got to set boundaries, whether if it's to your family, to your friends. You've got to protect you and your self-care. You've got to work on you, boo-boo. You've got to realize that taking care of yourself and your body and your mental and your emotions, you've got to take care of yourself. Whether that's taking a spa day, walking in the woods, listening to music, watching Netflix, whatever it is, you gotta take care of yourself and you gotta set boundaries for yourself. Or people will just walk on in, or things or situations will just overtake you. And I want you to know it's okay to say no to these things or these people. It's okay to say no, not today, not right now. Give me an hour, but this time is for me. You had the power to say no. And number 5, your personal growth and your learning. You're never too old to learn something new. That's what, see, I'm 26. I'll be 27 this summer. And a lot of people older than me, God bless them, they're like, you know, you're never too old to learn something new. They're filled with so much wisdom because they keep on learning new things. And I just want you to know, you won't always stay like this forever. You're going to be growing. You're going to be maturing. You're going to get better in this life. No matter how bad it is, no matter how horrible it feels, you're going to get better. You're going to keep growing. You're going to get better. I want you to realize that. You're going to get better. But you got to keep learning how to get better. You can't just stay stuck. And even if you are stuck and you feel stuck, what can you do in the middle of this stuck? What can you do in the middle of this mess? I'm choosing to learn something new. Whether if that's watching videos like this. This is a good step. You making it this far to step number 5. A lot of people drop off on the first minute. But that's okay. You're still here. You're still here watching to the very end. I'm proud of you. That's personal growth right there. You're learning something new. I'm learning something new. I don't know it all. Believe me, I am not as smart as what I hope to be at this point in my life. But you know what? I'm trying. I'm doing better. And I want to be encouraging for you. We're in this together, baby. We got this. And your personal growth is so important. And that's number 5. Gotta keep learning. Gotta keep growing. You are maturing. Yes, you may have been immature in the past, but look at you. Look at how far you've come. Look at how much you've grown. You are maturing. Be proud of yourself. You're growing. And I'm proud of you. I love you. And you need to love yourself. Make a list of things that you're grateful for. Change your perspective on things that are horrible in your life right now. It looks bad, it is bad, it feels bad, but it's not going to end bad. You got this. You're a fighter. Check out this surviving depression video. It's how I have gotten through it and continue to get through it, and I believe it will be a great help for you during whatever you're facing. Peace out.